Hey everybody, trying to stand in the way to block the glare so we can get a good look at my Ctenopoma right there. He's hiding. He thinks we can't see him. I'm really surprised he's still there. I've got food in the tank. Everybody else is out and about feeding. And I know he was asleep, but he usually doesn't sleep that heavily, especially with me standing right here in front of him, my voice booming right at him. I've mentioned quite a few times now, since my Ctenopoma, the catfish that I had in this tank, died, this Ctenopoma here has been a lot more reclusive. He spends a lot more time tucked down in between the vegetation. A lot of times he's actually over here. Again, I know it's hard to see with all the glare on the tank and everything, but underneath of that big piece of wood right there where you can see my rainbow shark is hiding right now, spends a lot of time down there, and then also spends a lot of time here where my snakeskin gourami is just drifting up out of the darkness. So it's really odd to see him in there like that. One of these days, if I ever happen upon a suitable fish to replace the one that died, I will. The thing with the Ctenopoma is most of them are more adapted for harder water. They're African fish, and most of the Ctenopoma, or I should say at least a lot of the Ctenopoma, come out of the Rift Valley where there's a lot of really hard water. And I've got, at best we can call it a neutral pH, but it's still a very soft water, and that really limits me to the types of Ctenopoma catfish that I can keep. So if I come across one, the Ctenopoma, and then the other one I've got in my other tank is a Lucipinus, and that was and can be confused with the Petricola, and they can both live in the same sort of neutral water conditions. I'm really kind of surprised they lived in such soft water in my tanks, but they do. So once again, I think if I get another fish for this one to pal around with, we'll actually see it out and about a little more. Again, it's really strange for it to be this buried down in the leaves like that. So let me come back here for a moment and get this light turned off. And this light, and that light. And so that'll allow us a better look. And I'm tempted to stick my hand in there and give him a little nudge and see what he does. I'm really surprised, as I said, that when I put the food in the tank, that wasn't enough to get him out and about. And while I've got you here and I'm thinking about it, not sure if this is the loach we saw the other night. I shot a video about the loaches and how they like to sleep on the bottom of the tank. They look like they're a dead fish lying there. They'll even drift around in the current a little bit. And in that video, several people pointed out that the loach in that video was very thin and didn't look all that good. And again, I'm not sure if it's this one. I've got three of them in the tank. I've got a small, medium, and a large. And I think this one is the small one. But I think it's actually the medium-sized one that is the one in question. If they ever come out and about, I will try to get a look at them. But I don't even see where they're hiding at the moment. At any rate, a lot of people said that the loach was very skinny and didn't look well. And it has looked like that for years. I have no idea why that is or what's going on with it, but I stopped worrying about that a long time ago. The likelihood of it being a parasite is very slim. Most parasites don't just live in a fish for years and years and years. They pass their eggs on, and other fish in the tank would be picking up the parasites. The parasites themselves get passed on eventually and die off. So the idea that this fish has just had some sort of parasite in its gut living there for years and years, and it's been preventing it from, really being able to put any weight on. Again, I guess it's not impossible. I don't know every type of parasite out there that lives in fish. But it's really unlikely that there's a parasite that would do that. As far as an illness or some sort of bacterial gut thing going on or something, I think that's probably pretty unlikely as well, simply for the same reason. You know, the idea that that would be going on for so many years, uh, without any showing any real signs of degradation in the fish. It's just kind of stayed that way since it was small, and it's gotten bigger. It's growing. It just looks kind of skinny and weird, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but it's not anything I'm particularly worried about either. So there you go. I guess my Ctenopoma is not going to do anything other than stick his head down in the bushes like that, so I'm going to leave him to it and get on with feeding the rest of my tanks. So I'm going to say thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you're subscribed, and don't forget this one is my 125 gallon tank. So thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon in the next one.